Now, in Colorado Springs, where we do the vast majority of our flips, your average price point actually just cleared about $400,000, but most of our houses are about $350,000, $360,000. Okay. So when we're talking about 3% in commission on both sides of the transaction, 3% to the listing agent and 3% to the buyer's agent, you're looking at 6% or roughly $20,000 to sell my own property. Now listen, you guys are taking this, some of you right now are real estate agents, so you might be taking this like I'm anti-real estate agent. Number one, I am a real estate agent, so that would be some self-hating stuff, right?
We don't do that.
They're not self-hating. I'm down with real estate agents, right? I'm just saying, as an investor, you've got something on your side that other sellers don't have, right? Knowledge and skill set. See, you're in this thing to make a profit, not to purchase a property, right? And as a result of that, you've got to master not only the acquisition side of the business, where you're buying houses, you're buying a deal, either on the market, off the market, you're door knocking, you're driving for dollars, whatever you're doing to find the deal, and then you've got this whole other skill set you've got to learn to sell this property on the open market as a profit. But if you can eliminate 6% from every transaction, you're going to find yourself in a great spot financially, right?
Check, 1 2 1 2.
Turn it up.
Welcome to the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast.
The tides are turning. The time is now.
Your home for the mindset, methodology, and tools needed to invest in foreclosures.
Don't you dare buy a house. Buy a deal. You need to get into this right now.
Yeah. And now your host, the Foreclosure Deals Coach, Donny Corum.
Hello, and welcome back to the Foreclosure Deals Coach podcast. I am your host and Foreclosure Deals Coach, Donny Corum. Thank you. You're far too kind.
Guys, I know he's great, but come on, man. Jeez.
We're having some fun with our soundboard. Oh, no, this is a live studio audience. There's like 300 people recording. And
we love you. A car for you. A car for you. A car for everybody.
That voice you hear in the background there, not really background, is my executive producer and main man, Mr. Jonathan Winston, is having a little too much fun today.
Yeah, got my Oprah vibes going on.
Oprah,
right now,
man, I'm feeling that.
Man.
How's life, though, man? What's the haps?
Let's see. What's going on right now? Well, I just want to, I'm going to get a little bit serious. You know, yesterday was August 24th.
It was.
8/24. You know, my hero, my childhood, growing up, watched a lot of Kobe Bryant playing basketball.
Rest in peace.
That was his day yesterday. So RIP to Kobe. Lakers won last night, won by like 30. So
blasted him.
I think he was there, doing a little six-man work on the basketballs, making sure they went in. I don't know if y'all seen that movie, but go back and check it out. Six Man, really, classic basketball movie. But enough about that. Let's get into the show.
Get to the show, shall we?
It's fun.
Hey, today's show was brought to you by DealHunter.io, and we talk a lot about this, but at the end of the day, we are looking on the show to help people go from inaction to action on real estate investing. That's the thing about being the Foreclosure Deals Coach, right? I'm not so much interested in just teaching y'all a bunch of stuff to be like, man, that Donnie knows his stuff, or I learned a lot. I am trying to drive you into becoming a successful investor. There are mentors out there, right, who will teach you. Right? YouTube University can teach you, but only a coach, a great coach at that, can drive you from inaction to action. And I'm telling you, if you're going to get started, you're going to want DealHunter.io. It is the application that I use with my team each and every single day to find, fund, fix, and flip the best in foreclosure deals all across the country without using a real estate agent. And now, even without a license, you can get started today looking for deals in your local marketplace by heading out to DealHunter.io and getting a free 7-day trial of the software. And listen, if you join up to the Foreclosure Deals Coach Insiders Group, once a month we do a giveaway where some lucky member is going to get a full year the dealhunter.io application. That's PropStream, completely free for an entire year just for hanging out in the group. So head on out to the Foreclosure Deals Coach Insiders group. It could be you.
It could be. Join.
And you need this. All right, let's get to our article today. Denver's millennial home ownership rate matches national average, report shows.
Okay.
It's an article that was featured in the Denver Business Journal, and as you know, we record our show here in downtown Denver, Colorado, so Denver's near and dear to our heart here on the show. But what's interesting about this is that they said that a little over 39% of the millennials in the Denver area are homeowners, which puts Mile High in the middle of a pack of the 53 largest urban cities in the country there. And it's really low, right? Because the overall national home ownership rate is 63.9%.
Wow.
Right? Now, there's an obvious answer to why this is. And the answer is Denver is blasted expensive, man. Right? The average home in Denver right now just crossed $600,000.
$600,000?
I got to tell you, like, I am a big proponent of home ownership. I think home ownership is generally much smarter than renting a property, but we can't kid ourselves. A lot of millennials, and you're pretty much a millennial, Jonathan.
Yeah.
Like, how do you feel about, getting a house right now for 600 G's? What's your take on that?
I feel like I'm going to have to do some creative financing because they probably might laugh me out the bank if I try to go in there right now.
That's what I'm screaming, right? I think the reason most millennials aren't buying right now is because it's not affordable. But fear not.
Oh,
my millennial listeners, because times are changing.
We like that.
Right? And I can tell you that right now you may be priced out of the market. You may be looking at these very expensive houses and going, I don't know how I would ever afford that. But if you'll hold on, my kiddies, if you will understand that the world is changing before your very eyes, and you continue to learn about creative real estate financing, as Jonathan just mentioned, you learn about wholesaling, you learn not to buy a house, but to buy a deal.
Definitely going to do
Let
that.
me assure you, in a few short years from this very moment, you will find yourself in a spot where you'll be picking off houses that were going for $600,000 just a year ago in the fours, maybe even late threes. And you heard it here first, and I'm telling you with absolute certainty that a market as inflated as most of the housing markets across the country are can only go one place from here, and that is down. Right? So maybe it's not now. Right? But if you're preparing yourself for a future of a foreclosure-based market by listening to this show, right? If you are setting yourself up to get the right credit in place, if you've got stable income or you're bolstering your income through doing real estate-related activities, fear not, because your day is coming much sooner than you think. Right? So check out this article, but don't be discouraged, right? I think the fact that it's lower is just a sign that, I'll be frank with you, if I'm advising somebody to buy a property in Denver right now, I'm probably not advising them to buy a property in Denver right now. Right? I'm going to tell you that generally speaking, in most parts of Denver, the prices have gotten way out of whack. We right here in downtown Denver, we're former residents of the Spire building in downtown Denver, Colorado, one of my favorite places in the world to live. But you've got 1,000 square foot, 1,200 square foot condos going for $800,000, $900,000. And as much as I really wanted to buy something in that building, it just did not make financial sense. So if you're feeling that way right now, you're probably right. You're probably right. There just is a harsh reality to it. It's a little overpriced, but what goes up must come down. And if you'll just hang out, you're going to find yourself in a much better spot sooner. But the key is to get educated, because by the time the wave switches the other direction or the tide comes in for us foreclosure buyers in real estate, it will be too late to seize on that. You're going to have to seize your opportunity today. Get yourself set up today. Start looking at deals today, and you may find one. There's still great deals in the marketplace, but I certainly would not be buying a house in a market that's overpriced as it is right now. I'd be buying a deal. Absolutely, positively buying a deal. And when the market goes south and there's lots of deals, I'll be looking for an even better deal. Because you should not be paying retail in a market where you can make so much money by just focusing on deal hunting. Right? And the whole essence of what we teach at the Deal Hunters Academy, where you can become a part of as a Foreclosure Deals Coach Insiders group, is we're discussing that the art form of deal hunting and why it's critical to do so in this marketplace right now. All right, so let's get to it. Let's get into the show here. I want to get the motivation piece. I want to get you guys, get the news out there, start talking about that. Check out that article on the Foreclosure Deals Coach page. You can check it out on the Insiders group, which you can ask for an invite to. But let's discuss the topic of the show today, which is selling your home without a real estate agent. Now, this is a foreclosure show. So the question now becomes, why would we want to go over that? Well, here's the thing. On the show, we want to cover every aspect of foreclosure investing. Okay? Investing means there's a buy point where you're purchasing the home, and obviously we talk every day about buy a deal, not a house, right? That's the forefront of the show. But after you bought the house, what then? Okay, well, here's some quick numbers for you, okay? First of all, there are 1.2 million licensed agents in the United States of America. You are talking to two of them right now. Jonathan and I both have real estate license. So they're everywhere. If you throw a rock just hard enough, you will probably hit a real estate agent.
Ow, that's my eye, man. Jeez.
They're everywhere, right? So why do we want to sell a house without them? Well, they're expensive.
Yeah.
See, prior to getting my real estate license, I thought of the real estate agent as a hassle, like just somebody who added 6%, I'm going to say that again, 6% to the overall expenses of getting this property transaction done, okay? That's a lot of money. That's a lot of coin right there, 6%, right? And so at that time, the market was hot enough, sound familiar, where we could sell the property without doing an agent. So when there was this thing called newspapers, and I'm not in the mood for this age discussion, so just keep that to yourself, all right?
Man, I still see people get newspapers every day, and I'm like, dude, what's going on, man?
I haven't had a newspaper in a while, but when newspapers were super popular, I would place tiny classified ads in the newspaper to tell people I had a house for sale. And because the market was so hot, I would have more buyers than I knew what to do with. I remember one time I bought a property, and in the garage was a 1984 Chevy Corvette. It was red. It didn't start. It was, if you remember the 80s Corvette, it was hideous in every way, shape, or form, but it was parked there. And for a while, I was kind of excited because, hey, free Corvette,
Okay.
And then I'm like, man, I'm going to have to deal with this car. I'm going to have to get it fixed up and yada, yada. I don't even like it that much. And, so I decided I would put an ad in the paper that said, free Corvette with purchase of house.
Oh, okay.
My phone blew up, man. I got so many phone calls, I had to call the newspaper and go, I need you to take the ad off of tomorrow's paper because I can't handle the phone calls every day. And people calling, yo, man, I saw the ad in the paper, so what's up with the vet? I'm like, are you clear, sir, that you have to purchase a property in order to get the Corvette? Are you aware of that?
I mean, yeah.
No, that sounds cool. I mean, they'll be like, what year is a Corvette? Is it automatic or all right. Anyway, I did sell the property to a guy who was way more interested in the car than he was the house. And he was, I think, happy. I'm not sure if he ever actually went inside, but he was so ecstatic about getting this free Corvette that didn't run, had 4 flat tires, and needed a ton of work. That he was just willing to sign anything I put in front of him. I thought it was fascinating. It was such a hilarious time for me. The takeaway from this is I sold that, and then many houses after that, I did promos like no payments for 6 months at a time where that was legal, where you could kick back some money to the buyers to make their payments for a couple of months. You could do the work yourself. In the end, I saved so much on real estate commissions that it made total sense to discontinue the mindset of putting houses on the market and paying 6% in commission.
Hi, this is Donny Corum, your foreclosure deals coach. One of the things we talk about on the show is the importance of great foreclosure data and helping you to find a great deal on a foreclosure property. But where do you find this data? You're certainly not going to find it on Realtor.com. You can't get it on your local MLS. So we have partnered with data provider Foreclosures.com to get you the latest and greatest in foreclosure listings right there in your local market. These properties are not hit the market in most cases, and when they have been foreclosed, gives you easy access to find out more detail so you can get the best deal on a foreclosure property. Getting started is super easy. Head on out to foreclosuredealscoach.com and click on the link labeled Foreclosure List. Enter your zip code for a free 7-day trial of the best foreclosure listing data available in your local market. These properties are not even on the market yet, so you can get a jump on them and get a great deal. Once again, this is Donny Corum, your Foreclosure Deals Coach. We'll look forward to seeing you there.
Now, in Colorado Springs, where we do the vast majority of our flips, your average price point actually just cleared about $400,000, but most of our houses are about $350,000, $360,000. Okay. So when we're talking about 3% in commission on both sides of the transaction, 3% to the listing agent and 3% to the buyer's agent, you're looking at 6% or roughly $20,000 to sell my own property. Now listen, you guys are taking this, some of you right now are real estate agents, so you might be taking this like I'm anti-real estate agent. Number one, I am a real estate agent, so that would be some self-hating stuff, right?
We don't do that.
They're not self-hating. I'm down with real estate agents, right? I'm just saying, as an investor, you've got something on your side that other sellers don't have, right? Knowledge and skill set. See, you're in this thing to make a profit, not to purchase a property, right? And as a result of that, you've got to master not only the acquisition side of the business, where you're buying houses, you're buying a deal, either on the market, off the market, you're door knocking, you're driving for dollars, whatever you're doing to find the deal, and then you've got this whole other skill set you've got to learn to sell this property on the open market as a profit. But if you can eliminate 6% from every transaction, you're going to find yourself in a great spot financially, right? So we're going to teach you how to do that just briefly today on the show. And I will tell you, without turning this into a blatant pitch for my coaching product, it's a big part of the 4th F of the find, fun, fix, and flip of the coaching product, where we're going to go into great detail and help you to sell your property, ideally for sale by owner. Now, before we get started, I know we've been talking for a bit here, but it's important to note this will not work at every single market, okay? Some markets are just uber stupid hot. Colorado Springs comes to mind, Denver comes to mind, and some markets you absolutely need to bring an agent in. In either case, you want to budget your numbers as if you're paying an agent, but obviously, if you can add a 3 to 6% margin in every deal that you do, you're going to do a whole lot more deals. In my coaching product, I teach you how to get you through your first foreclosure deal from acquisition to sale. Okay, beginning to end, I'm going to hold your hand and help you to get there. That's what I do for my clients. That's what I could do for you as a coaching client. But if you're going to take this super seriously and be like my team that is on schedule to do 50 flips this year, you'd better learn how to eliminate $10,000 to $20,000 per deal, because we're talking about an extra $500,000.
That's bread.
By selling these on their own.
Cheese.
You see what I'm saying? So you want to figure this thing out. So how are we going to do it? Number one, when you purchase the property, it is super critical to get good professional photos of the house. And I'm talking day one, ideally even before you own it. Okay, so and here's why. What you're going to find about properties that we buy well under market is that they are very ineffectively marketed. A great example is HUD Homes, okay? If you go to HUD Home stores, I swear to you, these agents are purposely taking the worst pictures possible. Okay, I don't. The cell phones have come so far. I know they're taking it from their cell phone now.
Dude,
right?
Do you have an iPhone 4? Where did you take that picture
I think they're
with?
scaling them down on purpose. They're going in and going, how can I make this worse? I'm going to add some shadowing.
Put my finger in front of it.
That's right. Hey, let me see the worst photo I can take. So right out of the gate, you're under contract. You're about to buy the property. You want to go ahead and get professional photos taken. Cost, I don't know, $100, $150. Here's why it doesn't matter what it costs. Because if you are paying hard or private money rates, most of my loans are between 10 and 12%. Okay, so if I'm buying a property for $250,000 at 12% interest, that's $2,500 a month in interest. Sounds scary, right? But since I own these properties for 90 days or less on average, I'm not sweating that at all, because I'm going to have that property sold before the interest really makes an impact on my profit margin. And it's because of this very strategy we're talking about right now. Okay, so that $2,500, if you translate that down to per day, is running you $80 a day that it's going to take you to sell this property. So at $80 a day, spending one more extra day of interest to get professional photos done is an absolute no-brainer. You get that done on day one. Step 2, digitally enhance said photos.
Okay.
Right? There are so many great services out there and local media companies. I work with a local company called Dava Media Group out of Denver, Colorado. Reach out to him at DAVA Media Group, but he can help to digitally stage your properties where he does the remodel prior to you doing the remodel.
Now that's nice. I like that.
Right? So now you're painting the walls. Right now, the hot color in paint is like gray. Everybody's doing various tones of gray. Okay. In the past, we used Killam beige, but Killam beige turned into like dove gray, etc. If you go to a new build, you're going to find a lot more gray tones. And we put all gray in all of our flips right now because that's just what's in right now. Yeah. Okay? So they paint the walls for you digitally. They add new carpet to the floors digitally, right? And then they can go in and put in full furniture. If you got to look real careful, we're going to actually post up one of the listings that we're working on right now on this podcast. You can check it out, where if you don't look super careful, you're not going to be able to tell you're looking at a fictional photo of a property. You're not going to be able to tell. I'm telling you, they've gotten so good. When digital staging first came out, it was a little janky. Right. Like the shadowing was off. It just wasn't working. Let me tell you, the technology has gone way, way ahead. And today, very hard to differentiate from a photo anyway between fictional and actual today. It's incredible what's happened there. Okay, so now you've got a property you don't even own yet. You've taken better pictures. You've got yourself digital staging in there, digital remodeling done, and now you've got to get the word out there about this property. The upside is if you can find yourself a buyer with vision, somebody who understands not what it is today, but what it's going to look like when you're done, you may save yourself $10,000 to $20,000 per property. Here's the thing, if you make nothing on the remodel itself, you're still going to kill it on every deal that you do if you employ this strategy. Okay, so you've got it digitally remodeled. Now, I have to take you to the dark side. I'm going to need just a moment to settle my inner soul right now, because the best place to list the property after you've done all this digital staging stuff is, God, it pains me to say this, Zillow.
What?
Okay, I already said it. It's done. It's out there. It's out there.
I never thought I'd hear this day.
I don't want to talk about it. Okay? Actually, I do want to talk about it because it's a radio show and I got to talk about it.
We can do it.
So you post it onto Zillow as a for sale by owner, right? And right at the very top, I'm going to do you a quick favor. Put a note that says, "Do not call me real estate agents. I don't need your help," or something along that lines, okay? Because if you post it on Zillow for sale by owner, your phone's about to blow up too. But what people are going to be like, I can list that for you and get it sold.
I can sell it for you for a small nominal fee.
And they're going to lead in with, I got a buyer for your home right now, right? Ask for a name. That always trips them up. Yeah? Okay. What's his name? Like,
Big Mitchum.
Bob Dabalina.
That's a made-up name, sir. I'm going to have to ask you to get off my phone.
Right? So put in all caps, no agents, please. I'm only working with direct buyers of the property. If you are an agent and you do have a buyer, you will need to add your commission in addition to my asking price on this property, because I am not going to pay y'all. Okay? And you're not trying to be rude. You're trying to shoot straight with them. I'm going to try to sell this thing. You haven't even started the remodel yet, mind you. Okay? You bought the house yesterday. You're putting it on Zillow for sale by owner today. And what you're going to find in super hot markets like Denver and Colorado Springs, these buyers out there, they're looking for some deals, right? And they figured out that the agent's tacking on 6% to the purchase price of the house. And they're going, I need to try to look at the for sale by owner marketplace and see if I can steal myself a deal. You can sell the house for less and still make a greater profit by following this strategy. And then you've got to answer your phone. Right? Put your phone number on there, and then you've got to answer your phone. I know when you see a number you don't recognize, you're not sure if it's that girl you met at the bar that you were not trying to talk to again. I get it. Or if it's that bill collector you've been ducking for a while. But you're going to have to. You're going to have to get in the practice, if you're going to do this, of answering your phone and professionally. You can't be like, who this? Right?
Hey, man, Excuse me. I'm gonna say something.
You all right? You good?
Okay,
good.
cool.
All right. You have to answer the phone professionally. Hello? Hello, this is Donny, is what I say, right? And then then they're going to say, hey, I'm inquiring about the property that you have on Zillow. God, that pains me. At 1234 Main Street, and I was looking to set a showing, and then you want to schedule a showing with the property, and at least for your initial stages until you've hired your own professional buyer's agent to do these showings, you need to go to the house with them and walk through it and explain to them what you're going to do to the property for the price you have it listed at. Right? And some buyers, not all, I'm not going to lie to you, there's a definite lack of vision in this area where people need to see it to believe it. But if you tell them, I'm painting it, I'm putting carpet into it, and you're going to be able to buy this house in tip-top condition without competing multiple offers in this city, you don't have to worry about all that stuff. You can deal directly with me, and because I'm saving money, I can pass some of that savings on to you, Mr. Would-be buyer for the property. You will find yourself in way more engagements with potential buyers than you can possibly contemplate just by following these basic steps. So we're heading over time here. I want to wrap up quickly. Get professional photos done, get them digitally enhanced and staged, post it up to Zillow, and then answer your phone. Right? And if you will do that, I will show you that the basic title of the show, how to save $10,000 to $20,000 per flip that you do just by following these steps and doing some of the sales and marketing process on your own. Here's the thing, in a lot of markets like Colorado right now, the houses are literally selling themselves, okay? You don't have to have a ton of sales talent to be out there trying to get people in your house. If you're doing proper marketing methods, which most deals are not marketed properly, if you add some basic marketing to your system, you can save yourself a fortune, make more per property, and move properties even faster than you could by doing the old method of finding it, fixing it up, waiting till you're done to list it, waiting for the marketing process, getting the loan underwritten and closed. You could cut out maybe half of that schedule, allowing you to do twice as many deals in the same amount of time. Think about that for a second.
That's important, guys. Time frame and just the time it takes to get your deals done and move on to the next one is really important. So
critical.
Good stuff.
Because doing 50 deals in a year, you can't do that slow.
No, not at all.
Right? You got to figure out how to do it fast. And right now you may be on your first deal, your second deal, but if you're going to scale this thing out, you're going to become part of the Deal Hunters Academy and really build a large-scale business that buys foreclosures and fixes them up to rent them out or sell them. You better get your processes for selling on your own done. Even if you end up listing with an agent later on, then you still want to know how to do this because it will accelerate your process, build you more buyers, and definitely make you more money in the real estate marketplace. We're going to wrap up with that because we want to keep these things short and sweet and effective. Listen, if you want to get started and become a deal hunter yourself, step one, head to dealhunter.io, get a free 7-day trial of PropStream, and with the Deal Hunter system, get some free coaching and some videos on how to use that software to become a grade A deal hunter and find and fix deals right in your local market. And then check us out there at our insider group, the Foreclosure Deals Coach Insiders Group. Join up with us, become part of the discussion, and let's start doing some deals together anywhere you happen to be. With that, this is Donny Corum, your Foreclosure Deals Coach, reminding you now and always, don't buy a house, buy a deal.
Want more of the Foreclosure Deals Coach? Like our Facebook page, Foreclosure Deals Coach, for the latest in real estate and foreclosure investing. Become a part of our community. Search Foreclosure Deals Coach on Facebook to join today.